During this trip, I would travel about 1,600 miles to the end of the island and back. The trip was about 13 days, and I spoke about as many times. Transportation is a real problem, and so you see people being carried in all types of vehicles. And yes, you see a lot of old American vehicles. That's what's called a camel, and that's for carrying people. Since no one has their own transportation, unless it's something like that. This guy here accepted the Lord.
This lady I just picked up, she goes to another town about 40 miles away and buys these for 5 pesos and then takes them to her town where they're very scarce. This is soap, that's all that is, and sells them for 7, and so she makes 2 pesos. 2 pesos is about 8 cents. So I picked these people up and gave them a ride. And they told me about this pastor that's very genuine and really loves the Lord. This lady right here, she told me about him in the car. And I said, well, take me to his house. Well, this is his house, so we're coming here to bless him. This is way out of the way. Here's their house. And here's the church back here. And here's the pastor. And this girl is telling me how he's the only pastor she's ever met that really seemed to be sincere and really love the Lord. And so we came way back to this town to bring him a little bit of encouragement. And this is the church right here. This is where the people meet.
I picked up a lot of people and shared the gospel, and all these people you see here accepted the Lord. In fact, during this trip, I think there was 18 people that accepted the Lord. There's not a lot of billboards unless they're like this one. When I got out to the end of the island, my most distant and final destination, I had to travel over this road, which is very, very poor. I tried to go very carefully, but still I dragged the bottom of the vehicle several times.
It's about 8 o'clock at night, way out here in Maicí, which is the very, very eastern tip of Cuba. And here's a Baptist church.
This, I believe, was on a Saturday night. And they had a youth building that's in the process of being constructed, but they're still using it.
Y debemos preguntarnos, ¿qué tenemos? ¿Qué es lo que nos sucede? Estamos durmiendo, estamos lejos de la voluntad de Dios, viviendo a nuestra manera, viviendo a nuestras anchas. ¿Qué tenemos? Y Dios en esta noche nos está diciendo, ¿qué tienes, dormilón? Levántate, levántate y clama a tu Dios.
These young people are not just being entertained or
El capitán
babysat.
de la nave y todos los que estaban allí a ver.
I love the way they sing south of the Rio Grande. When I say I like the way they sing there, I mean I really, really do like the way they sing.
La gente pide muchas oraciones allá, la gente de Santiago están pidiendo muchas oraciones. Gracias a Dios cuando llegamos se acabaron los temblores.
This is the pastor of this little church.
Así que, pero bueno, estar orando por el Santiago.
This is where I spoke 4 times that weekend.
Según los científicos, se cree que puede pasar algo. Así que los hermanos piden mucha oración.
They're teaching these oxen to be controllable, domesticated, and pull a cart eventually. Ándale, dele. This is called zapote. It's a zapote tree. Look how big it is. Zapote is real sweet. Never seen one in the States. This stuff's called albaricoque. And it tastes really good. It's good stuff. Sweet. They say it's kind of like a pear, maybe a little bit, but it's nice. I've never seen it before. And this family right here, her mom had a Bible and read it and wished that the Christians in town would come and witness to her. And finally they did, and she accepted the Lord right away. She was ready to because she had found the Bible and had been reading it. And then her husband was a Jehovah's Witness when he was little, but he didn't like it. It didn't seem right to him, and finally got saved. So these are Christians in this little town, along with the pastor. That's a papaya tree right there. They start putting out papayas when they're just 8 feet tall, but look how big that thing is. It doesn't have any. Oh no, there's a bunch up there. Mira, hay papaya ahí arriba.
Sí.
Chiquitica, lo que no están es.
Ajá. And then right here they have a huge, back here in the back, huge avocado tree. This isn't the time for avocados right now, but they live here a very healthy life, but a very poor life. This is their house right here. This is their house. This is where they live.
Se me ocurre a mí,
Recarga por el día.
Sí,
Wow.
sí, no, sí. ¿Cómo es que se
¿A
llama
dónde está
esto?
ponchado?
Mire, pastor, ¿cómo es que se llama esto? Que cuida a la naturaleza. Tiene un nombre ¿cómo es que se llama? Que los motores no contaminan el medio ambiente. El de
sí.
nosotros no contamina el medio ambiente.
Ay, contaminado.
Y tiene un carro muy orgánico.
Orgánico.
So I was telling him, you know, I don't buy a new car every year so that we can save a little money and bring it out to help you folks here. And they said, yeah, well, we've got a car too here, but it doesn't have a motor in it. And it's a very, very, what do you call it? It's an organic car. It doesn't pollute the environment at all. But these are the people, and this is the family that lives here. And just full of joy and love for the Lord. I mean, you'd love these people. You would love these people.
Y mi papá habla del cedro, dice el cedro de On. Es el cedro de On. El cedro de On.
100 años, 100 años.
About 100 years ago,
Los misioneros americanos fueron los que trajeron el evangelio a toda esta zona. Y de este templo, entonces fue que surgieron todas esas iglesias que hay aquí en. Sí, porque el centro. Sí.
right here is where the church used to be 100 years ago. And now there's a bunch of churches in this area, and just up the roads is one that's several times larger than this was. 100 years ago, the gospel started right here in Cuba.
Those were the real
Couple with a baby,
pioneers.
this is where they live. They were in church this morning, and this is quite a ways away on a really ugly road. Let me show you the road. This is it right here. Very rocky, carrying a little baby. We're going to this other church. And this is the road, and now we're going to cut off down through here. The ocean's out there. We've been walking, we came to this town. Cute little town. We couldn't drive here, the road was too bad. So we had to leave the car about an hour's walk back. Way back here, this is the church.
Ya vamos, no vamos a tardar mucho. Eso es.
This girl comes from an hour and a half away, the furthest of anyone from this church, and there's no church in the little town she comes from, and they say she's a real light in that town for the Lord. An hour and a half on the roads that I've been showing you. God bless her. It's about an hour's walk back to the other church. And the meeting starts in about an hour. Supposed to be preaching over there. This is where this path goes.
Yo veo mejor.
What you're looking at is a grandma and a daughter and her granddaughter going to church at night. Buenas noches. ¿Cómo está? Aquí estoy yo, mira, grabándole con esto. Mira estas que van a la iglesia en la noche. ¿Verdad? Con la piedra y tan feo que es. Qué bueno. Finally they make it to church.
A number of people accepted the Lord. This was one of the people that did. And this is the pastor's family here. They always fed me very well. This was a little girl that brought me some little work that she'd done, something she'd painted every single day.
A Dios le damos gracias, que con amor sin par, al fin de otro año hermoso, te permitió llegar. Feliz, feliz cumpleaños, de Dios en su bondad, te dé muy larga vida, salud y felicidad.
It was my birthday, so they sang me happy birthday.
This guy has spent the whole week looking for food for me. I didn't realize it. They always gave me plenty to eat and a variety of things. But this guy has to go 10 kilometers, even up to 20 kilometers away looking for food so that I have something more than just rice to eat. And I didn't realize that he was doing this all this time. This is the house he lives in. He's a good Christian brother. We just had a nice conversation, and they're just happy, great people. The church where I preached, they have a malanga field in the back, and it's like a root. It's a little bit like a turnip or a potato or something. Not very tasty, but it's one of the staples around here. Well, they grow it at the church, and then they sell it, and they bought this land right here, including this incomplete house for a house of prayer, which will probably turn into a church soon. You know what this place cost? For the land and the house built to the stage it's at right now, $400. So for $400, they're going to have another church in this town. That's how far a little bit of money can go in this place.
This is another church that I spoke at. It happened to be on a Tuesday night. This was in another town on my way back to Havana. And on my way out of town, the morning I left, this guy bit me on the hand.